What's up, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. Listen, guys, I don't know what's up with the notifications, but for some reason, YouTube is taking their good old time sending out those notifications today. But it's all good. We're going to go ahead and get into this show today. Shout out to the Smoke God. He did a show last night. I know him, and there's a new beef in town between him and LV. I'm not getting in the middle of that. I don't know any of that. All I know is on his community wall, he posted a post in regards to the old show that CTV did. And this was on March 17th, 2022. It was called The Ghetto Part 2, Breaking the Culture, Drag Stargate, Binary and Corey versus the Smoke God, Epic Live. And that was an absolutely epic fucking live. There was now 7,428 views on that video with 415 likes on the video. Okay. That video was awesome. Okay. And it actually corresponds with a lot of stuff that is taking place today in our sector. Okay. So the other day, I had spoken on a video that Breaking the Culture had come up on the panel with the ladies of the sector. I gave you guys the date of that. And now we're going to get into what happened prior to that video, which was on CTV's show. And I kind of put two and two together. And I came to an understanding and a conclusion after rewatching this video. Okay. So what I'd like to do is share that with the sector and see what you guys think in regards to this as well. So sit back and relax for a second. We are going to get into this hot topic today because I really do think it's important for us, once things are revealed, once things are known about a person, that we can actually go back and listen to a story again and see if Star was actually correct with what she was saying about breaking the culture at the time. Okay, so let's get into these topics right now. So let's do some housekeeping before we get into this. Okay. Shout out to the sector. There's been a lot of content just kind of dropping. Everybody's just kind of listening and so forth and so on. I listen to Photon show. I think everybody knows he be trolling and stuff and carrying on. But shout out to him and shout out to everybody. Positively Hate had a show, really great show. And everybody's just kind of giving their opinion about things and just kind of, seeing where things are. We still haven't gotten any receipts from Breakin', but she did say that she will be dropping some receipts this week sometime. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath on that. And I especially don't think that whatever she drops will be truthful anyway. So regardless of that, we're not going to hold our breath on that. We'll let that go. But what I'd like to do before I actually stop talking about all this stuff, right, is kind of go back to the past, because Stargate got a lot of motherfucking heat. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not trying in any way, before we even get into this, I am not in any way trying to stand up for Stargate. I'm not in any way trying to be her friend or any of that stuff. But I will say, and be fair when fair is necessary. Okay. In this situation, Stargate got a lot of heat for the stuff that she said on CTV's channel that night. Okay. She said a lot of things about breaking the culture, and she was jumping out the window because there were a lot of people just coming at her. Okay. And then, she started coming at breaking the culture. Breaking the culture at the time was in the chat room along with a lot of us. Okay. This was before most of us knew her. Okay. And knew anything about her. There were some people in the sector that knew some things, but most of us did not know anything about breaking the culture of silence at all. Okay. We were not aware of, the children that she does not raise in. We were not aware of, any of these other issues that she's had with other men and so forth and so on, all these different pastors and stuff. None of us were aware of any of these things, right? We weren't even aware of the extent of her relationships with people like Larry Reed and so forth and so on. there was a very small select amount of people that were aware of this, that were aware of some of these things. Okay. One of those people being Stargate. And she actually tried to talk about this stuff on CTV's channel. And I want to bring that up now and kind of show you guys what she said and see if anybody has a different perspective of how they felt at the time to what they feel now. Now, again, this was well over a year ago. Okay. And remember, all this stuff in the timeline kind of goes together. Breaking the Culture was saying, on Binary's channel, I came in, I've had eyes information for well over a year, right? Even though this channel, this video shows that most of us were introduced to Breaking the Culture on this date, okay, which was the day of this video, okay? Some of us knew about her or heard about her a little bit before that, but most of us were not aware of who she was until this video came out. All right, so before we get into that, I just want to say hey to Vici, also to Teresa and Pixie Longjot. Appreciate you guys being in the building. Everybody that is in the clouds, make sure you hit the like button. And if Vici, if you guys can share out the video, because there's a lot of people that have not gotten notifications, because I don't even see notifications on the video right now. So if you guys can share the video out, just let everybody know that we are live, and we can go ahead and get right into this. But I am going to get into this now because I really want you guys to kind of hear what was being said on this video, and how this actually went that day, and what was the response from Breaking the Culture, okay? And also what was the continuous response of Stargate. But before I do, let me go ahead and read the comments section that day, because there was 57 comments that were left on this video, okay? And I just want to read some of the room and how things kind of felt at the moment when people were definitely talking about this. So let's go ahead and get into that. So I'm not going to read the names of the people, okay, because some of these people are in our sector and some of these people are in their sector, okay? So I'm not going to read the names, but I am going to give you guys a feel of how the people were feeling at the time. And I am going to read my comment, and I'll let you guys know that this is my comment, okay? So, because I left a comment as well. So one person says, finally, someone who did not allow Star to deflect, conflate, and BS her confused narratives as reality, okay? And then this person says, damn, I wish I was on this panel. Woo, Star got egg on her face. How many times she got to get proved wrong for her to just be like, okay, you right, I was wrong, and I apologize, right? The next person says, CTV, Woo Chow, I applaud you for your patience. That Stargate girl is immature and annoying as fuck. I don't know how you do it. I can't talk to people that have absolutely no couth, can't completely own up to their mess, and just talk to hear themselves speak. She said that people calling her out of her name, especially as much as Breaking the Culture of Silence did, doesn't bother her. If that's true, it has to be because she finds herself in this type of quandary often and has been subjected to being called horrible things on a regular basis. Pitiful. And everyone talking over each other. Woo Jesus, I couldn't handle it. My hat off to you for what you do. Peace and blessings to you. And then there was this comment where we kind of got to the part that I'm going to talk about. So the person put a timestamp and said, is where it went down, and the conversation ended in a supernova. Stardust floated all through the live stream and into the chat room. And that person is from our sector, okay? I'll just say who's from our sector and who's from their sector. So this person is from their sector, but they float over here every so often. That sector gets even weirder each day. Lots of lying bums over there. No evidence, no receipts, all conjecture and nonsense. Leave them deep in the trenches where some of them belong. This person is from our sector, says, this was an interesting presentation. It held my attention as well-ordered and entertaining, and Excelsior. This person is also from our sector, great live, and 3 fire emojis. This person floats back and forth between the sectors, great live with some like hand signals. And then I said, OMG, with 3 laughing emojis, excellent live stream, and 3 hearts, right? And then I got 2 replies. One was I was hollering, and then the other one was another laughing emojis. And then another person says, wow, it took me days to get through this. And this was, they said, it took me days to get through this show. Who are all these angry people, CTV? After KO, Breaking the Culture, and you, I absolutely knew nobody. And I don't see that person over here. This person says, this was juicy. I see this person every so often. Then this person who was before them also said again, I think Smoke was very transparent. I'm not familiar with that group of people. However, I believe that the DM gang was getting paid to keep up the one-sided beef with Larry. The gag is that they were not successful in being able to pull him in, and Larry shut them down and made a fool out of all of them and never opening his mouth to address them. So that person is from that side. This person over here from our side says, oh, FMG, Star is slow. Okay. This person goes back and forth. I've seen them in my chats at times. I've seen them in other places, but they're definitely from that side. I am asking a favor from the mods in CTV. I am being very respectful as I am asking, okay, when CTV drops the link and Mrs. Barber hits it, is it possible for CTV to leave her standing outside like D. Darrell did me? Shout out to the Godfather. And shout out to the Godfather for that new car. That is very, very nice, sir. Dropping 100K on niggas like that. Okay. All right, sir. All right. This person is from here. Shout out to this person. I appreciate you for the super chat the other night. Actually, I believe they're from both sides. If it's not the super chat, it was a Cash App. So I appreciate this person. If someone makes a statement about me, I would do whatever it takes to clear my name. The fact that Star can't admit she was wrong, that tells you what kind of person she is. And I would never trust her. If a married man said, let me send you a sex tape that I am in, I would be like, no, thank you. Okay. This person is also from our sector, says, here for the buffet and breakdown. This person is from both sectors. They're from there, but they come here. Says, gotta have receipts over here. And they gotta be authentic. Another liar exposed. Hashtag Stargate. This person, this person has been exposed as a Breaking the Culture troll account. Okay. And I'm not going to say the name of it, but this person has definitely been exposed as a Breaking the Culture troll account. And if it ever comes up in our sector and somebody decides to show you guys, because I can't prove it with my evidence, but others have evidence of this. If that ever comes up, then I'll tell you guys the name one day. But this what this person says. This phantom account says, Breaking the Culture of Silence gave her that work. Okay. And with all the spaces and everything, yeah, that person. Okay. Shout out to one of Breakin's troll accounts. And then this person says, they're from our sector, says, just watch this live. Max V, and this was done 4 months ago. Just watch this live. Max V was the first to start the Kidney for Corey campaign. And I actually put a like on that because that's true. This person is from over there, says, OMG, all this beefing, I cannot. This person is from over here, and they go over there as well. Says, Corey. Why do you keep saying his name? This person is from both sides, says, he said it. He said, if I call correctly, no, I think he got engaged to the white lady on her, and she found out on social media and got married a year later. She can go and watch the video with the rest of them that heard her lie. Okay. That person only got 1 like on that message. Okay. And we over here in this side of YouTube did not know all the story and all this stuff going on with Victor Cousins at the time. Okay. So we're all in the chat room and all in the comment section with our thoughts on this. And come to find out, There's other people out here who are aware of this story. Okay. And then this person says, not trying to make any excuses for Stargate, but what I can say is she might have heard that story from the video and assumed that the pastor was married already. And the problem is she's sticking to her assumption. I want to admit that it was a lie. I want to admit that it was a lie. Her ego has gotten in the way, and she doesn't feel like she owes an apology. I don't behave like this. It's like you're fishing for something you're not going to find, right? So that person is from over there, but it was interesting how she mentioned the videos, right? She mentioned all this stuff. And then this person says, binary, she was wrong and she lied. Okay. That person is from both sides. This person is from over there and said, and this Miss Barbara is itching to talk. I think everybody knows who Miss Barbara is by now. This person is from over here, says, OMG, the delusion was strong in this stream. And this person be on the AFWs too. Ain't that a bitch? This person says, I had to unsubscribe from Star. The delusion and annoyance of her in this video is outstanding. This person is from here. This person is from over there, says, reckless be over here, over there, weak as hell. And this person is from over there, says, are the faces Star? Oh, they put up a bunch of like clown faces and stuff. It says, are the faces Star should have in my Mama's D voice in that order, 3 minutes after Mr. Reed got off the phone. We all know no one want to take this kind of LOL, but you should. So yeah, what I remember from that comment is that Larry Reed actually either joined the panel or he started giving his side of the story, right? But again, after knowing what we know now, I'd like us to go back and listen to this, now and what we think now. So this person is from over there, says, what's going on? Who are these people? This person from over there says, the trauma. This person is from here. Just put up a few of the knives, okay, and got a whole bunch of likes on that. And this person is from over there, says ridiculous and childish, okay? And the rest of them are like sub comments and stuff like that. So I'm not going to get into those. But what we're going to do now is kind of play the video. And again, this is under the guise of fair use, okay? Under copyright of 1976, which is the allowance for fair use for the purposes of commentary, criticism, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. And fair use is permitted by copyright statute and all that ish. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this now. We're going to start at the moment when Breaking the Culture actually joins the panel. Okay, because, I want to start a little bit before that because Stargate was talking trash. And this is what made and prompted this part of the conversation. So
yes, breaking. I said loud, live, and color. What married man I sleep and has, had sex with people that they never married? Why is she not putting prosthetic penises in their face? So this is personal for her. Like, she's upset that I, was talking to, like I said, Darrell and other Umar Johnson supporters. And I basically was like, yo, I can talk to whoever I want. And then she just started doing videos on me. I was like, this chick is crazy.
So a little bit of background of that. I think everybody recalls when Anti-Afro started putting pictures up of Stargate with prosthetic dicks in her face. Okay, so that is what she's talking about right now.
Right, police reports.
Mrs. Svengali.
And I was like, okay. I said, if you feel like you got to do police reports, to make yourself feel like I'm harassing you, go, please, do what you got to do. But I think that's an abuse of the system, though. She, like people who file bogus police reports are clogging at the system and make it harder for real victims out here to actually get their cases solved because of whack reporting like she does. Now, all of them bogus. I'm not saying all of them are bogus, but a There are some that are.
Now, before you proceed further with that, what do you say to YM social?
Now, hold on. Before we go into that, right? I wanna kind of pick up a point that Ray Triggs was talking about Stargate the other day. One of the things that we have always noticed about Stargate here in our sector is if Stargate is lying or putting a narrative together, right? She will filibuster over the story. She will like hesitate. She'll stutter and keep repeating something, and like she'll say the same words over and over, and then you finally get the sentence out, if it's a bunch of lies. But if it's the truth, or if she believes it, she'll be just as plain as day and clear as day and say it as plain as day. Okay. So I want you guys to pay attention to her inflections in her voice. I want you to pay attention to how smooth she's talking. I want you to pay attention to the differences in how she's speaking on this panel, right? Versus when she's on a panel with Binary, for instance, or on the planetarium and she's giving y'all a story, and the story, she's just trying to paint a narrative, right? Or she's got a storyline that she's trying to keep up with. She filibusters over the story. And it sounds like, at most of the time, it sounds like she's reading notes, right? You guys notice this. We've all talked about this. We've had these conversations, in different spaces over time. Now let's listen to her now and how she's telling this story right now.
Media comment that reads, Smoke shouldn't have asked Star for sexual favors, but she also should not have been participating.
I did not participate. So, like, do YM have those tweets where I participated? Because, like I said, I was saying.
YM also said that you initiated contact.
I did not initiate. Smoke reached out to me, asked me for my.
Now, y'all see how she's, I did not, right? Because we all know she did, right? So there was a difference in how she was telling that story versus how she's telling the story about breaking the culture. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Phone number. And I thought we were going to keep it about the platform and our panels. And we talked about, for a little bit, it was just like everything was cool, but then it just went left real quick, real fast. And my reaction was, Smoke, listen, I think you're cool. Let's just keep it. I'm going to keep you on the right path. Be good to your wife. Because, like, even though I didn't know her, I didn't talk to her, but I knew he was married, and I don't mess with married dudes. I didn't initiate any type of, like I said, I was sending you the text message. I did not initiate it.
So, to Miss Abby's point, the man reached out to you, and you thought it was going to be, of course, about something completely unrelated.
Right. And there was another female in the sector that actually verified there were other women who talked to Smoke late at night about the show, because the show ran into late night. Like, sometimes we would do shows from like 11 to like 8 o'clock in the morning. So we would be texting each other, calling each other only about the show. Nothing inappropriate from my part or any of the other females that Smoke was texting or talking to. And I've always stated that. And then
so that vindicates every other woman because in this sector, because Stargate was trying to spin a narrative after this show that all the women in the sector were talking spicy with Smoke after hours. And the only one who came up with the spicy conversation and the spicy text messages is Stargate. So she just vindicated to the women that, for the women that she was admitting and that she was lying on for all this time. She just vindicated them right there. Okay. None of the women were being, inappropriate with Smoke, after hours, and none of that was happening. And clearly only one was attempting to. So let's go ahead and finish this off, because like I said, we're getting a lot of receipts now in hindsight from this video.
I showed my receipts, and I got a lot of support from people that were saying, I'm so sorry Smoke did that to you. But a lot of people were saying, well, you should have just stopped him. I was like, well, I just saw him as my homeboy. And like a lot of dudes and a lot of females know that they have male relatives or male friends they know they cheat on their wife or their girlfriends, and they don't stop kicking it with them. I just happen to be the person that he, came for, that he tried to holler at. And when he tried to do it, I didn't engage in sexual conversations with him. I was like, yo, where your wife at? Make sure your wife, like, stop it. He'll stop it for a little while, and then he'll bring it back up all over again. And then so I'll be like, yo, listen, you disrespecting your wife. And so I finally, instead of just being like nicely trying to put him down, I was like, yo, you disrespecting your wife. Where is she at? Well, she won't make me no fries. And I said, well, maybe she's tired because she's out here trying to protect you from people who's coming at you. He said, I would rather jack off.
Okay, so now I know that this ain't no damn tell-all about the smoke god. I don't even know how.
I'm sorry, because people asked you in the chat. People asked you in the chat, like I was participating in this phone conversation.
But you was.
So since people asking in the chat and you are responding,
right? I'm responding to what was said in the text.
Now you know that there's going to be some difficult questions too that's going to come up, right?
Listen, I'm ready for them. Interrogate me.
Dale Harper says, why did Star look at the porn video he sent her
Right. Now, when he
in a couple minutes, Breaking the Culture gonna come on the panel.
I didn't know that it was a porn video. So I said, when I clicked on the video, I said, wait a minute. I said, are you doing? I said, why are you? I said, how?
Now y'all see how she's filibustering over this story, right? We know Star. We know our Star, right? We know how she filibusters when she's lying, when she's making up some shit, right? When she's trying to come up with the story, or when she's trying to remember what she said in the past about the story.
Okay, because I did say, I don't know if that's you. And then there was one point where I said, are you coming on? I said, are you and Miss Smoke coming on to me? I was like, why would you show me that? Because he said, I did porn. Because there's a video where he admitted that he actually insinuated that I discovered this video. And that's what the porn video I talked about, but he actually sent it to me.
Now, that actually corroborates Smoke's side of this as well, because Smoke is now saying his wife, knew what was going on. It wasn't a secret. There was none of that happening. But Stargate was trying to make it like, to us that Smoke was trying to do this, behind his wife's back, right? But she just said, are you and Miss Smoke trying to come on to me? Okay, so she knew too. Like, she knew what was up, especially with her sending out showers and stuff, shower scenes to motherfuckers and shit.
And he said, you asked for it. He was like, Star, I used to do porn. I said, oh, really? He was like, you want to see it? I was like, would I? And I was like, when I asked him that question, I was like, would I want to see it? Because it was like, how do you respond to somebody that's your homeboy?
How is it just a simple fucking no? Like, no, I don't want to see that shit. Nigga, like, what the fuck? Sweet.
Want to send you watching him do porn.
Would I?
And I was like, yo, why would you send that to me? I was like, when's your wife? I was like, do Miss Smoke know you sending this to me? And we had a phone conversation. I was like, yo, is that you and Miss Smoke? Like, are y'all trying to come on to me? So when I opened up the text message, that's how I saw it. It wasn't like, ooh, you got a porn video? Give it to me. Let me see it. That's not how it happened.
No, man. You had to open that video. We all know you open that goddamn video. We're not doing this, but we're going to go ahead. We're trying to get to it's about a minute in, and Breaking the Culture going to get on the panel.
The video.
A minute or two.
Okay. So, looks, the Smoke is my boy. Yeah. And I don't like that this feels like a tell-all.
I hope.
Now, what confuses me now about what CTV is saying is Smoke is saying he didn't know him until this whole thing came up, right? It wasn't like he wasn't cool with him and they boys and they tight, they friends and stuff. So this is what Smoke is saying to us now. So I don't know where this my boy came in, right? But okay, we'll go with that. I mean, I know that he doesn't have any beef with him. I know that he fucks with him, he's cool, but I don't know where that, like, to me, what I caught from that when I first heard the video, I thought that him and Smoke were friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was cool behind the scenes and friends with each other. The way he was like, Smoke is my boy, right? That's how I took that. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Remain friends with him. I never asked people to cancel Smoke. I just wanted Smoke to stop telling people that I was trying to break his marriage.
I'm so glad that I didn't find any of y'all when y'all were bad behaving. I'm glad I discovered all y'all way after y'all done got all y'all bald-headed whole shit out of y'all system, and I get to just like come in and be like, hey, what's up? And just like, you know, be on my Dr. King shit, like
right.
By the way he treats me and the way I treat him.
What's up, Steph?
Gotta be caught up in the because this is too much. It's too much now. But there's a question here. Breaking the Coach is also wondering why continue to contact if he's married. But you just stated
I stated he was married.
Yes, the notorious Rev G. I can give you a quick reading. Okay, your future says, stop fucking around and finding out at work. Okay, that's what your future says. Okay, your ancestors are telling you to stay offline while you're at work. Okay, because people are walking into your office and they are exposing where you work at. Okay, the future says that is not going to be good for you. Okay, you might want to stop doing that.
So what was
a lot of, because culture could say the same things. A lot of people could stop effing with her, right? When she was dating married men. So and then she continued to have friends. Yeah, she dated married men. She's dated married men, and people didn't stop effing with her. So why would she even?
What you mean? Huh? How? I don't understand.
Come up here. Tell her to come up here so we can talk about it.
Breaking the Culture Star is asking for your presence on the red carpet. She want a photo op with you. And, I'm dropping the link.
She contacted married men.
I don't know what
she contacted married men when she knew they was married.
Are you sure you're talking about the right Breaking the Culture of Silence?
Is this Andrea?
Yes, this is.
Well, honey, tell her to come up here. Tell her to come up here so we can talk about it. Because she continued to stay with a lot of married people.
Would call her.
Now you see how clear she got with her statements and in what she was saying about breaking the culture, right? She was not filibustering over that. She was not questioning that. It's because Stargate had looked at the evidence that I have looked at as well. Stargate had known what I know, okay? And I want you guys to hear how this story went, how this conversation went at the time.
Angela Garrison. Yes.
We'll call her Angela. If you want me to call her Angela, I'll call her Angela.
Are you sure you're talking about our Breaking the Culture? Is it two different Breaking the Cultures?
Listen, honey, is this the same one where Larry Reed went to bat for her at a church? When she fell in love, or all she did was fall in love with a man who was married.
I don't understand.
Yes, honey, come up here so we can talk about it.
Y'all, I don't understand how y'all.
Come on.
Now, I want to. Okay,
on,
I think you're right, but I want to break down what the lie was, right? Because it wasn't a lie per se. It was just a stretch of the truth, or it was some parts of the truth taken out of the story. So. Like she was taking bits and pieces of information that she had been given, and she put a story together without being able to articulate what was really going on. Okay. But we are going to articulate for Star today what Star was talking about.
Let's talk about it, sis.
Shout out to you. I appreciate you, not the one.
Btcos. Who's that? Do you know who that is? Oh, Lord have mercy. This is an acronym. Who the fuck? Yeah. Breaking the Culture of Silence.
Yes, Breaking.
Yes, they did.
I am loud live and color. What married man I sleep with?
Hey, sexy toy.
Cousins. He was married, right?
The Cousins was not married when I was with him. See, that's what happens when you talk shit and don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. He wasn't married.
He was never married when I was with him, ever, actually.
Now, that part, guys, is a lie, okay? It was not the woman that he became engaged to and that he was dealing with after breaking the culture, right? When she found out and then she went online and she blasted him and her baby dad and her other son that she claims doesn't exist, right? Yeah, not that woman. But Victor was married before that And Breaking the Culture was messing with him while he was married to her. Okay. She had been messing with Victor Cousins for relatively around 9 to 10 years. Okay. So every person that Victor Cousins had been in a serious relationship with, Breaking the Culture was a side hoe for him during that time frame. So Stargate was correct about that. Breaking the Culture lied on that panel just now and said, no, he was never married while I was dealing with him. No, he wasn't married to that white woman yet when you were dealing with him. But he was most definitely married during the time with his wife, and you was fucking him, honey. Yes, that was true. That was very, very true. So let's go ahead and keep it moving, because we're going to break down this history. We're going to break down what was said, and we're going to correct everything in this video on both sides of these bitches.
I'll wait.
So why did the church say that you was dealing with a married man?
The church never said I was dealing with a married man. Were you at
So
the
when
church?
Larry
Now that part is correct. When they went to the prophetic college, they were not talking about Victor being a married man. They were talking about Victor dealing with multiple women, Star. Okay? That is what they were talking about. They were talking about Breaking the Culture and Breaking the Culture's lie about multiple women that Victor Cousins was sleeping with. Breaking the Culture said that multiple women had hit her up in her DMs, okay? And that not anybody else's DMs, but her DMs. She had been in touch with the Christian Post, and Larry Reed picked up the story because he is a church blogger. He talks gossip about the church, and he brought her to the church, allegedly, to speak with the prophetic college. She hops up in the middle of the session. Everybody knows this. And she began talking about Victor Cousins and his quote unquote transgressions against her and these other quote unquote women, which again have never surfaced. Where are the women? Hashtag, where are the fucking women, right? So that is what really happened in this situation. But let's go ahead and listen to the rest of this shit.
When you and Larry went to the church, and you had said
when did me and Larry go to the church? I don't recall Larry ever going to.
She did.
She did. Larry Reed never went in front of a church where the women were coming for you.
We've actually gone over those videos here on this channel. We've gone over the prophetic college videos here, as well as on I's channel as well. So we are very aware of everything that happened, but we're also aware of Breaking the Culture's past, right? And her past with Victor Cousins, and the fact that she was sleeping with Victor Cousins for like 9 to 10 years, off and on, and she was his side hoe, even while he was married to his first wife. So yes.
So if
y'all are happens when people can't even comprehend. You can't even comprehend. You don't even know what you're talking about. You talking and don't even know what you're talking about. But
I tell you what.
Peace, Muslim.
I tell you what. Why did Larry Reed take that video down when y'all fell out?
In the first one, he hadn't yet divorced. Exactly.
You and Larry Reed stood in front of the church, and you said, y'all are coming at me for falling in love with a married man. All I did was fall in love with him.
You know what video she talking about?
I wasn't done talking. I wasn't done talking. I was not done talking.
You remember the
prophetic college? Let me finish.
Let me finish. She talking about the prophetic college.
Let me finish talking.
So that video's still up.
So okay, I tell you what, let's get the link. And
it actually is. It's still up. Go ahead,
give me the link, and we can play it for the audience.
Go on Larry Reed's channel.
So Star, where you fucked up with that, right? I'm gonna tell you where you fucked up, honey. You tried to use the prophetic college video to try to prove that Breaking the Culture was sleeping with Victor Cousins while he was married. Okay. And that was the wrong evidence, okay? What the evidence was that you needed, right, was the fact that Breaking the Culture, and this, if you had went over and ventured over to Daryl Moore at the time, you would have had the right actual evidence, okay? The grandmother of Michael, which is Breaking the Culture's son, spoke on Breaking the Culture's relationship and history with Victor Cousins. Victor Cousins, I'm sorry, Breaking the Culture also spoke on her history on Official King Jive's panel with Victor Cousins. And I've played both of those videos here on this channel. Okay. So that is where you messed up. And again, shout out to Not the One, because she was absolutely right. Star should have done her research on this story. Okay. Because had you have done your research on this story, you would have broke that story wide open to this sector at that time. Nobody knew at the time about any of this stuff. Most of us didn't know. It was only some people. And they had bits and pieces of the story, okay? They didn't have the full context of what was going on. They didn't have the full understanding of what was happening. But we knew it was some shit with breaking. But they knew it was some shit with Breaking the Culture, okay? This is why Darrell was so angry with her. This is why, it was so much going on, because he had been given very key information that would have kept this fucking dusty bitch out of this sector. So, like I said, Stargate be lying sometimes, right? And you can definitely tell when she's lying and when she's filibustering and trying to make up some shit. But you can also tell when she's confident in a story that she's telling. And she's like, yeah, I know what's up, okay? And this is what's going on, and this is what's going on, and this is what's going on. But like I said, I don't know who gave you the receipts, or if you hadn't actually looked through the receipts fully, right? But you were absolutely correct about her being a slut, her being a hoe, her sleeping with multiple men, sleeping with multiple pastors, multiple married men, okay, and various things. And she was sleeping with a married man named Victor Cousins, but it was not this white woman that she was talking about and that Larry Reed was talking about, which he so kindly got on the panel and confirmed, right? He kindly got on the panel and did confirm, or I think they called him, or I don't remember which one it was, but he got on there and he did confirm that it was not, Victor was not married at the time that Breaking was at the prophetic college. This was not that's not what happened. Okay. And he wasn't sleeping with her at that time. No. So, he confirmed the truth. Okay. He was not married at the time that she was, went to the prophetic college. He was engaged. Okay. And he had gotten engaged and did this. And Andrea found out online. Okay. So when she found out online is when she zapped the fuck out and went online, took to social media and told this nigga business. Okay. Told on her baby dad, told that her son was left in the street, told all kinds of stuff. And now she's telling us a completely different story and pretending that, none of this stuff ever happened and that she's been the innocent one and the victim in all of this. Okay. But Star, you were absolutely right about your friend. Your friend is a hoe. Your friend is a throat goat. She's a snake. Okay. She did some fuck shit. And yeah, you were absolutely right about her. You just had the wrong evidence, ma'am. That was it. You had the wrong information, but you had it right about the person. Okay. So I just wanted to vindicate you in a sense. Okay. And let you know that you were absolutely right about all of this stuff. Okay. But you were wrong about what you were wrong about the storyline. Like you didn't have the right people. Okay. But you definitely had Victor Cousins right. And you had Breaking the Culture right. You just didn't have the timeline right. Okay. You had the wrong timeline, but you most definitely had the person and the character correct. Okay. So I just wanted to bring that up to everybody. You said Victor sounds like a busy man, fingers in many pies. Ciao. You said greetings, Sparkle. You said, hey, lady, living life. And you said Breaking the Culture is most definitely a liar and a poison everywhere she goes. And this person is from the church sector, from the conscious sector, and from over on that side. She has seen many, many things that Breaking the Culture is bullshit and seen many things that she has done. Okay. This person is over there talking about this when they go and talk about it, and they're aware of what's up. Okay. And then they can come over here and be, objective and see what's happening over here too, and come to a objective conclusion of what we're experiencing with her. Okay. So you said T-Pre not letting up. And hey, I don't give a fuck what the fuck Photon talking about. That nigga, let me tell you on Photon. Photon loves to root for the underdog sometimes. And, you know, breaking the culture, you know, he's met her a couple of times in person. And I think he wants her to win. But Photon, she lost, honey. She done lost this battle. Ain't nobody gonna let up off of that bitch. The same way that she was talking shit and lying on motherfuckers and making up shit. Now she want niggas to feel sorry for her and cry for her and hurt for her and all this shit. Bitch, she better get the fuck out my face. Shit, she better get the fuck about my face. Like I told her, she better leave me the fuck alone. I've been telling her for a long time. She underestimated a bitch. Okay, she didn't think I was gonna come for her the way that I fucking did. Okay, and that's just all it is, child. He said, Star is going to be so happy that you are telling her she was right. Okay. Now, she might not like, you know, she ain't going to act like she watched it or anything, but Star is definitely going to watch this show, and she is going to be excited that I am saying that Stargate is right. The pre-vindicated me. Yes, I did, bitch. I done vindicated your ass. You are correct on breaking the culture and her character. You're correct on what was going on with her. And if you had the proper receipts, right? If you had the proper receipts, we actually would have believed you. Okay, it would have been easier to believe you because it was breaking the culture speaking on it, and it was the grandmother speaking on it. Okay, and then there is some information directly from Victor Cousins as well. Okay, which I have not released. Okay, but there is actual information from him. And there are others as well, okay, from photographers that have fucked her and released her information. I think I did release one of those photos, one or two of those photos, from pastors who have spoken on her, and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot of shit on Breaking, a lot. Yeah, but you were right this time. You were right, definitely, Star. You just had the wrong shit. He said, please don't hold your breath. She will never produce receipts. We have literally been waiting since 2018. Child, they have been waiting on receipts over there in that sector since 2018 from Breaking the Culture. It has been, what, 5 years? Like, that was 5 years ago. I mean, like, I don't think we're going to get these receipts, guys. I think we know that already. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do a watch party for y'all if I'm able to. I'm going to try to get a watch party together so that we can go ahead and just have fun with all of this stuff and, you know, just laugh. But we know goddamn well that these quote unquote receipts are going to be full of shit and a bunch of bullshit. Okay. But I will probably open up the lounge, you know, so we can just laugh kiki about all of it. But yeah, we know goddamn well we ain't getting no receipts from this bitch. You said word, not the one. Okay. You said word, not the one. She still has people fooled in this sector. Still has some people just like, well, maybe she's okay, y'all. Okay. But I will say this. And to Photon's point, right? I'm going to say this because I really do understand where Photon was coming from because I said the same thing. When I met Breaking the Culture, all of this stuff was coming up to me from people like, oh my God, you got to watch her. She's this, she's treacherous, she's that. And when I met her and talked to her and had conversation with her and, you know, first did the Zooms and first we started by email, then we went to phone, then we went to Zooms. And then, you know, we did all this stuff. When we did all this stuff, it made sense. She was very charming. You know, she puts on a very good front. She will make you believe that she's, you know, up together. She's got her shit together. You know, that she's very intelligent, that she can put on a good conversation, you know, and hold an intelligent conversation with you. She's very good at doing that. She's very good at putting on airs, right? And just kind of being who she's not. And, you know, she knows how to kind of adapt to things and mirror whatever she's dealing with at the moment in order to kind of get in. But at some point, her true self just comes out, you know, and that's just what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of people that, you know, it's very easy to be manipulated by her. It's very easy to kind of, you know, just kind of take on that charm and really think that she would be innocent in a situation. It's very easy to do that with her. And unfortunately, several people have been warned and actually fell for it and then got burned in the end, you know. So now we know that we're seeing that on all types of sides. And that's unfortunate. But yep, Star, you were right about her. And unfortunately, honey, now that you know that you were right, and you're still in bed with her, you're going to get burned too. You know, you're going to get burned. That's what's going to happen. It just is what it is. And we're just going to sit here and wait for it. We'll see what happens. But hopefully you'll throw that bitch under the bus before she does, before she tries to do you. You said, I'm not trying to big up myself, but I knew her history. I just didn't want to start a war. Okay, yeah. And there were, like I said, there were some people who very well knew what was up with Breaking the Culture. And like, you know, there was a lot of people here that really didn't. We were not aware of what was up with her, you know. You said, tried to warn y'all. Okay, you did. You most definitely did. You and some others most definitely came over here flooding the gates and letting us know, like, hell no, not with that motherfucking bitch right there. No, 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 no. And we were like, okay, well, you know, y'all hating on her, and, you know, why are you hating on her? And is it because, and, you know, all of us had the same thoughts that, you know, anybody has had in all of these spaces, you know, until you really learn who the fuck this bitch is, like, you know, and then you find out. He said, I am human first. He should have grave concerns about that slip up. Okay. I'm not sure what slip up that is, but okay. But yeah, anyway, either way, you know, I'm just kind of over her at this point. You said defrauding charlatans ain't no fun. When the rabbit got the gun, he contacted your job. Turnabout is fair play. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I think you're talking about Rev. Okay, yeah. Most definitely, child. Most definitely. Turnabout is fair play. And it's amazing how the universe just emptied the clip on that nigga like that. Like, you know what? Bang, 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 bang. That is amazing how that happened, and how they thought that, you know, them, you know, just hunting around for people and putting people in these situations and stuff was okay until they got put in their place, you know? And that's just that. And that's what he deserves. And fuck them. That's how I feel. Like, if niggas call your job, bro, and they start flooding DHS with your information and with your bullshit and all the links and the proof that you were at work on using their shit to do this shit, child, you're going to be in some shit. You said, I didn't figure anyone would believe me. And yeah, that I was hating on her and fighting for let me see your transcript. Yeah, and I think that would have been the consensus at the time. You know what I mean? And even coming from me, and I'll tell you why. Because I had always viewed let me see your transcript at the time. At that time, I had always viewed let me see your transcript as an AFW. And I personally couldn't fuck with a lot of shit that let me see your transcript was co-signing with AAS back in the day. I have made many videos about stuff like this. If y'all want to go and look at the playlist, I've got the Ctv'S podcast, right? And I've put a lot of stuff in that podcast. And one of them is a couple of videos that I did on Let Me See Your Transcript. I had done one where her, and shout out to the beautiful Bernice, that is one of my moderators. And I also fuck with Let Me See Your Transcript now. But at the time, I did a reaction video to a video them two did on AAS. And I was like, this is the pot calling the fucking kettle black, because I felt like both of them was on some fuck shit with AAS at one time. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, now that I see that they have a difference of opinion on things with AAS and different things like that, I have a different point of view of both of these ladies, right? And actually, they're great people, you know, but this is the opinions I had at the time. And, you know, but yeah. So I definitely understand that you know, having a stance with let me see your transcript, if you had said something at that time without having proof or without having evidence or that I can tangibly touch, I probably wouldn't have believed you either, you know? And yeah, it would have been difficult for me to believe that. Just even after speaking with her and talking with her and then getting this quote unquote evidence that she had pointed me in the direction of about let me see your transcript, I was more or less on the side of Breaking the Culture because of the charm that Breaking the Culture puts on and how she made what was going on with Daryl Moore appear. Okay. But once you dig a lot deeper and you realize it ain't like that. You know, you said he proclaimed, if you have legitimate complaints, please do so. Though I am human first, he hid the place because he didn't want us to have a place to complain to. Right. But look at God. Won't he do it? What's happening, Triggs? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, what's up, T-Pre in chat? Conscious Energy said, Grand Rising, T-Pre and Love. What's up, Conscious? Appreciate you. You said, what's up to and salute to Ray. He says, salute, Grand Rising, and Muslim peace and blessings. Okay, guys, so we're about to be out of here because I definitely think we've gotten to the bottom of this. Breaking was most definitely a hoe then, okay? She's still a hoe now. You said, what's up to Officer Pillsbury? She's still a hoe now. She's still a liar now. And it's clear to us that Star definitely knew what she was talking about on that panel. She just didn't have the right evidence. And like I said, if you had the right evidence, Star, we probably would have rocked with you, or some of us could have rocked with you at that time, right? And we could have prevented this fucking bitch-ass, pussy-ass bitch coming into this sector and doing some of the things that she has done. But, you know, hindsight, you know, we always think of stuff like that. But at this point, you know, it just is what it is. But either way, guys, I will talk to y'all later. I appreciate all of y'all for being in the building. And again, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. And peace, guys. Thank you guys for watching.